Hey, what's up, everybody? Marcos Viegas for Fight Up TV here in Las Vegas, being joined with Oscar De La Hoya. Lots of things to touch on, Oscar, but over the weekend, we saw Terrence Crawford go up a weight division, face Israel Madrimov in a really close fight. And I bring this up because maybe Virgil Ortiz, you're looking at positioning him against Terrence Crawford if he goes and beats Sergey Bohacek this weekend here in Las Vegas. I would imagine that came across your mind, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's the prize. It's the prize that we're all, looking for. It's the fight that we want to see. I strongly feel that this fight Saturday night with Virgil and Bohacek is going to be candidate for Fight of the Year. Really, you look at it on paper and you see all those knockouts, and then I see something in Bohacek's face that is scary. But then I see Virgil Ortiz wearing the glasses.
He's like that tinge of crazy.
Oh yeah, he does. So it's gonna be one of those great fights that we don't want to watch. We don't want to miss.
Now that Turkey's not interested in that Canelo fight for Crawford, and I'll touch on that point. Did you guys discuss it all? Did you discuss with Turkey positioning Virgil to face Terrence next?
No, we haven't discussed anything with Turkey, but we feel that, look, Turkey wants to make the best fights. And that's a breath of fresh air. That's music to my ears. Because now you have fighters who are pricing themselves out and fighters who basically don't want to fight each other. And that, to me, as a promoter, is the worst thing I can ever hear from a fighter. I'm pricing myself out. Just like Canelo versus Benavidez. Why can you not give us Canelo Benavidez? Why? Canelo, why? I do not understand it. You're demanding $200 million? Like, come on, dude. Stop being arrogant.
It's like a bargaining chip. Like, he knows it's a risk. He's said it's a risk. And Benavidez weighs 25 more pounds than him on fight night, and he knows it's a big fight. Do you think, hey, it's a risk? I make this much at events when I'm fighting this level of opponents. I know this is a big fight. No, of course the purse should be more.
So basically, Canelo doesn't want to give us the good fights. When you have Turkey, who is making the best fights, who literally wants to make the best fights, and he's forking over the bill, be my guest. Please, make more. It's great for boxing. He's literally saving boxing, and this is what I've been talking about all along. He's a savior to the sport. He has deep pockets, obviously, and he wants to make the best fights happen. Imagine all these fights taking place, right? Like this Saturday night, Bohacek Ortiz. Imagine if Canelo and Benavidez gets made. That's the Super Bowl of boxing. Boxing is on the rise. Canelo, don't screw it up for us.
So now, in terms of Turkey saying that he's not interested in that Canelo fight, Canelo responding, I want to say Tuesday in LA, saying, hey, I don't like the way your tone to me. I'm the star. I'm the guy. I dictate terms. I decide how it is. What do you make of that dynamic now? I feel like there's a lot of button heads there.
In other words, I don't want to fight. In other words, I thought I would never say this, but Canelo's scared. Literally, I thought I would. As a fighter, I know fighters are not scared. But wow, we've been begging Canelo, please, Canelo, please. We want this fight. I want it as a fan. And I want this fight because it's a great fight for boxing, for the sport we love. Turkey's making the best fights, and Canelo's not giving us the best fights.
You being the money man at one point, do you understand, Canelo's viewpoint? Hey, you don't.
I don't, because I fought everybody.
Yeah. But in terms of someone dictating terms to you when you're the guy.
Look, it's all ego. It's all just being arrogant. Come on, just get paid. It's going to be the biggest payday of your career anyway. Not just what you're asking, but man, we need this fight. Boxing needs this fight.
I agree. No, all fans would agree with you. It's the biggest fight that you can make in the sport right now. Just a little more tidbits on this whole thing, because I feel like everything's correlated to everything. So now we see Crawford move up to 154. He has a close fight against Madrimov. People are questioning, throw this Canelo fight out the door, because look what happened at 154. Are you in agreement with that, or is it we're overlooking how skillful Madrimov is?
No, I think we're overlooking how skillful he is, how powerful he was. And you know, at 154, he didn't really look too dangerous, Crawford, up in the ring, but against a beast. So imagine Canelo being the bigger guy, being a beast up in the ring. It's almost like a no contest. I mean, come on. When has a smaller, good guy ever beaten a good, bigger guy? It's never happened in the history of the sport. You know,
Usually doesn't happen. There's rare occasions.
it's rare. I mean, me and Pacquiao, but I was like over the hill.
All of Manny's career, pretty much. But Manny's a special fighter.
Special fighter. But I strongly feel that Turkey is wanting to clean up the sport, is wanting to unify the sport, is wanting to make the best fights happen. That's it, the bottom line. He's getting all promoters to work with each other. He's forking over the bill. He's doing this, he's doing that. He's good for boxing. Why would we think otherwise? He's making and trying to make the best fights happen.
Did you feel Crawford won, in your opinion, Oscar?
I literally didn't see it.
Oh yeah, that's right. You left after the Pitbull Rayo.
I didn't see it carefully, but a lot of people tell me that it was a close fight. It was very close. Look, I've always said that you have to beat the champion to become the champion. I'm not sure how close it was, but look, he got the win. He got the W. Move on to the next big thing, and you know, whatever's up in his future is going to determine. Well, this Saturday night will determine what's at stake for Virgil's future and for Crawford's future.
You have an important piece in the 140 puzzle in Ryan. I know he's serving his time right now with what happened, but did you feel that Pitbull beat Rayo, or did you feel that Rayo won that fight?
It was a close fight. It was a close fight that could have gone either way. I did see Pitbull one-dimensional, and that's his style, right? He comes in and just comes forward, and he doesn't change up his game plan. And Rayo, I mean, he did excellent. He boxed him. He landed tons of punches. I mean, my feeling, if it's a close fight, you have to give it to the champion, you know, because the champion, you have to really take it from the champion, you know. So I have to watch the fight carefully again, but I just thought it was a great fight.
I bring that up because Ryan after said, hey, I want Rayo. Give me a fight with Rayo. Is that possible to make it? Are you looking at that for Ryan?
I really haven't thought about that. You know, we're obviously thinking about bigger names, bigger fighters in different divisions. So, yeah, we'll have to sit down with Ryan, go back to the drawing board when he's back, when he's ready, and we'll come out with a good plan.
For the most part, we've been seeing the fights that we've been wanting to see for the last year, but this Canelo thing just makes me think like we're seeing maybe another rift between, you know, what you guys in Turkey are doing and what he wants to do, and we're starting all over again with, hey, you know, he fights for so-and-so, we can't get fights. Like, does it worry you when you hear that type of rhetoric from both sides?
Well, no, it doesn't worry me because Canelo is in the fourth quarter of his career. So if he doesn't want to give us the fights we want to see, then, you know, we have to continue building the future stars. And trust me, Virgil Ortiz this Saturday night, Virgil Ortiz is the next star of boxing.
My last one for you, Oscar. I know I touched on it earlier, but do you want to put in Virgil right after this fight if he wins against a Terence Crawford in a huge fight in Texas?
I wouldn't mind seeing that. I would have to take a look at what's going to happen here Saturday night, sit down with Virgil Ortiz and see what he wants to do. But I have no doubt that Virgil wants to fight the very best, including Crawford.
You like his chances in that fight?
Absolutely. I love those chances. It's a great fight against Crawford, absolutely. Virgil Ortiz, people have to realize he has great pedigree, great amateur career, 21-0, 21 knockouts. He's a beast. And he's the type of fighter that as his level of competition grows and it's getting better, he grows, he gets better. So we haven't seen the best of Virgil Ortiz. I think that a Crawford-Virgil Ortiz fight takes place, it'll be, again, the Super Bowl of boxing and a great fight.
Yeah, that's a huge fight. Oscar, as always, thank you, man. Really appreciate the time. Marcos Villegas here in Las Vegas. This man right here, Oscar De La Hoya.